That's a loud automobile. Hey, shut up, we're trying to do a show down here. Up here. Oh boy. Holy shit, we're on episode 4? Whew. So some of my fans have been saying, hey Gremlin, what should we do for spring break? I found a list on my smart telephone that says a couple spots that you'd want to hit. Most people would go to the Caribbean, Bermuda. Those are probably both the Caribbean. Goobertown. You know, what could go wrong there? Ecstasy, Texas. It's on the list. Probably catch a donkey show down there for cheap. Gnawbone, Indiana. Ooh, boy, that sounds fun. When I was a kid, spring break was different. We took our Bo Jackson video games, got in the car with our parents, did what all the kids are doing. Illegal tumbling acts. My family and I would hop into the station wagon, crank up the tunes, mostly old theater music from the 19th century Catholic Church. So we'd crank the monks and head wherever the wind would take us. My brother and I would fall asleep in the back, and then we'd wake up and it was dark, and our parents weren't in the car, and you know, we'd look around, and I'd look at him and said, is this it? And he'd say, well, you know, it could be. Try to fall back asleep until our parents got back. So we survived off Triscuit crackers and rainwater through the sunroof of the car, and it really wasn't even a sunroof. The car was so old that it rusted, and then it would, you know, trickle down in, so we got tetanus shots right when we got back to, you know, combat the diseases that were taking our organs. But that was spring break for us. Sitting in a old station wagon, drinking rust water and eating Triscuits. No one stopped either. I mean, we're on the side of the road, couple of kids, half naked in the back of a car, screaming for their lives, eating Triscuits and rust water, and no one stops. Say you're driving down the road, and you look over and there's a station wagon parked. No hazard lights on, but you see a couple naked boys in the back. Would you keep going, or would you stop for rust water Triscuit Kids? I don't know. If you're on the road for your spring break to wherever you want to go, and you see a homeless man with his thumb out, I say pick him up. You never know where it can go. I used to pick up hitchhikers all the time, and we'd be driving, and I'd, you know, nudge a buddy and say, dude, look at that man. Should we get him? God, no. Why would we get him? Of course, I pull the car over. Guy gets in. This is where things got funky. He was a doorknob salesman, this guy. Real interesting. And, you know, he said, this car could use a makeover. What the hell are you talking about? It's an old 1957 Plymouth. I mean, I don't know what we could do to it. So we pulled over at this hotel, and he installed doorknobs where all the door handles were. It never worked properly after that, but my God, did it look classy. You know, a lot of kids, too, like, I don't have money for spring break. What could we do for fun without money? Dude, there's all kinds of stuff you can do without money. I say shoplift. Head down to the Dollar General, which is already cheap enough. See, they're never looking for shoplifters in the Dollar General. Plus, steal weird shit, you know? They have little, like, pig figurines, like, in different spaces, like, oh, one's a barbecue chef, one's a tax attorney, one's a judge. Those are so stupid, but take them and use them practically. Steal really obscure children's movies from Walgreens, because no one's going to be looking for you to do that. And that's fun spring break stuff that's interactive. And take them home and watch them, and then film them live action with your buddies. It's weird, and it's really gonna turn people off when they get back from. They'll be like, "Oh man, we had a blast in Cancun. We did chicks, drugs, smoked, drank. What'd you guys do?" And then they say, "Oh my God, man, this is what you've been doing." Make sure you have a good spring break. Make sure it's safe. Come back to us, and we'll accept you, no matter what diseases you have. See you tomorrow.